Hello friends, welcome to Behind the Designs, where I create a beautiful life through creative planning. My name is Stephanie, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, but it is still on the vibe of doing something creative on a Saturday. So as you can see, I have a bunch of things out here, including a traveler's notebook cover. So that's what I'm going to set up today, and I'm going to give you some tips and tricks for doing some back memory keeping. So I'm excited to do this for you. All right, so what I'm going to set up is my September Cocoa Daisy Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit or notebook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with kind of an introduction to what I do with the kits when I get them. And then also, kind of how I set it up, how I work with it. And then we're going to decorate the first page. And of course, the other pages I don't pre-decorate until I know what photos I'm going to put in there. So a lot of the times you can say I'm back planning because I am starting to plan. I will mostly start to plan September at the very end of September or the beginning of October. So that's because I want to accumulate the photos that I think I want to put in here. And I don't know until I actually have the photo. So there are in these books 17 pages, double facing. So this is counted as one page. So there's 17 of them in here, and typically I use a 2-page spread for one of my memory keeping, pages. So knowing that there's 17 opportunities to do some memory keeping, and of course that's why I don't know what I'm going to do till the end of the month. So I'm going to keep this little stack together because this is kind of what I think I'm going to be working with today. Okay, so let me first start with what I do when I get my box. So with the Cocoa Daisy kits, I do get a few of them right now. Some things have duplicates, but it's very little. Sometimes that usually happens within the die cuts. So the first thing I do is die cuts. Let's talk die cuts. So I usually will get at least 4 packages. And as I said, very few might be a duplicate, if any at all. So basically what I will do is, depending on the number of packages I get, we'll talk about this kit, which is the September Little Bee Cottage kit for 2024. So I take, and I've already done this, so that's why I did not pull all of these out. It can get, can take up a lot of space. So what I do is I categorize my die cuts by topic. So I typically will have a theme. So this is my theme. So the theme of the kit, this is kind of like, it's got that strawberries. There's a lot of the strawberries in it. So that was my theme pocket or, package. Then I take tags and tabs. So actually tabs I think I ended up putting in here. But typically I do tags and tabs. And then like these little, they're mini tags, I guess you could say. Those go in another packet. Then I have a packet that I call elements. And that is everything that doesn't fill these other 3 packages. So it's kind of like that default package. And then I have like pictures, and they're kind of themed to the kit, but they're not like the direct theme. So like the strawberries. So there are other images. So like butterflies, and this is books, and so forth. So I tend to put those into a different package. So that's what I do with my die cuts. And so I'm going to tuck these off to the side to get them out of the way. And then in each of my kits, so let me pull this package over. So all of the kits come in this frosted, Velcro envelope that has like a really pretty, the Cocoa Daisy logo on it. And they're great for storing. They're gusseted on the bottom, so you know they'll stretch out a bit. And in those will be the washi. Now washi, I do tend to get some duplicates, but it's usually only one roll of it. And so I tend to take all the washi out from no matter what packet they were and keep them all in one spot as well. In this case, I've put them, of course, in my little trinket tray. And then I separate out papers. So all the papers that I get that are, whether they are the single or vellum, or they are the, oh, this one wasn't a good one to show you. Let me find a good one. Here it is. Or maybe this one isn't even, yes it is. It used to be 2 full pages, but remember I cut it down and used it in my mini. So these are the folded pages, and then there's the single page. So I tend to put all of these into another package. So I keep all of my paper together. Vellum, there's a vellum piece in here along with this vellum. So all that will go together in one. And then because of the number of packages I had, I did put in this same package a few rub-ons, stickers, and cards. So that will go into another packet. This is also a card. And then we have stickers. So I keep all of my stickers together in another package. As you know, some of these smaller stickers I did tuck into my B envelope that I put in my mini happy planner. So these all tend to stay together. And then I have like these extras. So I think in total, I may have had 3 of the frosted envelopes. So, you know, everything else is elements, basically. I call them elements because they're like pieces. And of course, I can't pick up this paper. So there's like the notepads. In this kit, there's like these dried flowers, the tags. There's these little envelopes. And then, of course, I love these shimmer dots. And then there are these stickers, which, again, I'll put with these. So I'm somewhat organizing while on this video, just so you can see kind of how I do it. And all it does is it helps me to know if I'm looking for paper, I know which envelope to grab. And then that's how I separate my kit out. That's the first things I do when I get it. Oh, and then also over here are puffy stickers. These will also go into the sticker pile. But again, I pulled these out just because I think I'm going to use them. Maybe. Okay, so these are part of my process for today. And let me see if I can tuck this up a little. There we go. Okay. So you get the book, and my book this time, for some reason, it didn't get like stapled. It's usually got 2 staples right on the folded part. And so when I opened it, it was opening weird. So I decided to give it a little fresh look. I took out the staples, but that wasn't before I ripped the book, hence why you see a little bit of tape here. So I took out the staples, and then all I did was I pulled out my red, I think it's called tatting thread is really what it's called. And I could have made this knot in the center, and I may redo that, but I needed to get it together so I didn't lose the pages. So I just kind of gave it a little fresh look, and it worked perfectly because I had red and the kit is strawberries and red. So I kind of just did a little bit of a doctoring on that. Then what I do, so before we get to the decorating, I'm going to show you what I do with my Cocoa Daisy books at this time. So I have, this is, if you followed the Traveler's Notebook world, this is kind of you could call this the OG Foxy Fix Traveler's Notebook cover. This was back when they were, I mean, I've had this forever. It is, I cannot remember the name of the color. It's kind of a green. You'll see when I open it. It is a dark muted green. It has like a cream stitching. Back then, you could get your customizations on it. I had my initial put on the spine, and then on the cover, I had it say Live Creatively. And this kind of has served as like my little creative traveler's notebook cover, I should say. And I love it because I got it with a pen holder. So that is really helpful to have that pen handy. So I just tucked these cards in. They come from actually the August kit, which is this kit. It's the Cocoa Daisy, right? Is this the right kit? I have had 3 Cocoa Daisy kits out that I've been working with. So I don't even know which one I'm working on. This is Little B Cottage is September. So, oh, right here. Silly me. August of 23, because that book is in here. I'm working on that. So let me just set that aside. It's not required to have anything in there. Sometimes it's just a little bit of a decoration. So let's open this up and I'll show you what I do in here. So it is plain at the moment. I have room for like a washi card or, you know, like maybe these notes here, I can, you know, tuck those in. So right now I don't have anything in here. Same for the back. There is a pocket here and then there's another pocket, but you can kind of get the idea of the green from the inside, which is kind of like a suede-y. I do have a number of Traveler's Notebook covers. This was back when they were, you know, big and everyone was getting them. So I did fall into that rabbit hole. I'm not going to lie about that. So that's a side story. So right here is this. There's 4 strings. If you're not familiar with a Traveler's Notebook, let me get this out here. There are, I hadn't lost it, 4 strings to hold 4 books, and then you can expand it if you had an extra elastic where you can add a book here and here, and then that string goes up under here. So I do have the spare string to this. I say string, but it's elastic. Let me just show you. People have always wondered about this. So basically you thread the elastic under all your books this way. So see? And then you put your books in here and here. So you can add 2 more books to this Traveler's Notebook or any Traveler's Notebook. But I didn't. I kept it the way it is. So as you know, I've been working on filling my back memory pages. And thankfully, what helps me do that, a lot of people wonder, you know, how do you do your back memory keeping? Well, this is kind of how I do it. I have the Cocoa Daisy kits, not all of them. I kind of, you know, jump around sometimes. I subscribe and then I unsubscribe and I go back and forth. Sometimes because I feel overwhelmed that I didn't do it. Well, that's not going to happen anymore. So what I'm keeping in here is the past book I'm working on. So this one here is just a general book. I had done, you know, kind of an artsy thing in it, an art journal page with some photos. It is a floral cover book. I think I got on Etsy long ago. Same for this folder. That's kept in there. I keep the 2023 book that I'm currently working on or catching up in here. I keep the last book of, so the prior month for the current year, if that makes sense. So we're going into September. So this now becomes the prior book as of, well, tomorrow. So this is August of 24. I keep that in here. And then I add this in the front. So that means I would have to shuffle around my books. So this one, oh wait, I had it in the right spot. This one goes here. And this one will go here. And then this September will go on this string. So that is how I set my book up. And what I do is when I have that moment, I pull this out so that I can go ahead and start putting in what I need to. Does this mean my phone photos are excessively in the thousands? Yes, it does. Because for me, I keep my photos in my phone until I print them. And then once I print them, if I want to keep them, I archive them to my computer. But I keep them in my phone so that they keep annoying me so I get it done. That's my view anyway. Sometimes what I'll do, now this is the process I do to back plan. I will go through, I know automatically how many pages I have in a book, and I have created a tracker for that. And what I do is I go through my photos for that month, so August of 24. I will list out, I'll go through my photos and list out the main ones I want to grab memories for. So, you know, say for August, it's going to definitely be beach day. So that is, I'm going to pull that out automatically, you know, any type of parties or family get-togethers, that type of thing. Once I pull out the important ones that I really want to put in the memory book, I then go back and find out how many more I need, and then I pull the secondary memories. And so I do that until I fill up all 17 lines of my tracker. And so then I know what I'm doing, and then it's just a matter of deciding what memory or photo is going to go on what print of paper. So that's the other, you know, difficult part. So that is how I basically back memory keep. And then I batch everything. I think that's what I'm trying to tell you. So I batch, so I get this all organized. I keep this in here. I batch organizing what I'm going to memory keep. Then I also batch photo printing. So if I'm actively working on the book, I will print, you know, anywhere from, you know, 3 to 4 memory pages at a time. So however many photos I plan to put in there, I'll print all those out, do those pages, you know, put the photos in, decorate them, you know, and then I'll batch another amount of photo prints, put them in there, so forth. I save the writing until later. The only thing I do when I batch photo print is I will date the photo. So let me see. Okay. So I wanted to go and pull a book where I can show you what I mean. I think I did this, right? Oh, wrong one. Yes, I did. Okay. So what I'll do is I will use a Cocoa Daisy date stamp. And luckily it goes back a few years and forward a few years. And then I'll go through. When I back plan, I don't get overly worried about, you know, is there decoration behind here? Have I backed it to another paper? I do not worry about that. My goal is to memory keep. The artistic part of anything that I might do might come in these books, you know, where I do an art page. But when I memory keep, my goal is to do just that, memory keep. So, and especially if I'm back planning a number of ways away, this is August 23. I get the photo in there. I might put, you know, this is our cat, Joey. His name is Joey, but we call him Joey Bear. And so I, you know, might put these are some Happy Planner stickers. These stickers came in the kit, and then I date stamp that photo. I do have a thing about date stamping photos. I like that when I look back on old photos, I can tell what date it is. I know when it happened. It's just something I like to see. So since I like to see it, I try to put it in my books. So this page was completed. I always go around my pages most of the time with the color of the paper that is on this side or whatever side, with the color that it is. So this is kind of a green print, so I edged it with a green. This page is now ready to have some writing done. So on my tracker, I'm able to check a box that says it was completed. And when I say completed, it means the photo's in there, it's date stamped. The next process is then I go through and I write. So if I have a day where I feel like I want to write, I will pull out a book and I will start writing. I do not need to write exactly on the day that, as you can see, I'm flipping through a number of them because I have batch photo printed, and now I need to memory keep. So I don't need to write it on the day that this happened. I know and remember the day that I took this picture. So that's my process. Now that you know how I do my process, I am going to set this aside, hopefully not knock anything over. I am going to tuck this off to the side, and I am going to work on, hopefully, getting the first page of my notebook done. I don't make a big deal about memory keeping. You know, I do see a lot of beautiful spreads out there, but I think if I took the time to do one page, you know, in that manner, tried to replicate all the complication of it, it really muddles down the idea of memory keeping and getting it recorded, especially if you're behind. So I keep it simple. Did I do this one? I did not. Okay, I did do this one. So this is typically how I do my cover page. I call this a cover page of the book. So that's this page here for the one we're going to do today. This is a sticky pocket from the Target Dollar Spot. They tend to come out with them during back to school time. So we're kind of in that time frame. So you'll find them there. And I like them because if in the kit, I get the month card, the card that tells you what the kit is, and then sometimes you get a color swatch card. I like to kind of tuck those in there. And it's just, again, a little memory keeping thing. And then over here, I like to use the puffy letters that you get in the kit to put the month in there. And then, you know, I do some other additional decorations. If I just wrote the month in or put the stickers in, this page would be fine. It's usually got some kind of pattern on it and it looks great. But I just do a little bit more just to give it a little bit more. I like to say I elevate the page. So we are going to elevate my September Little Bee Cottage page. Now I pulled out, I'm going to get a bunch of things out of the way just so I have some room to set things. And I say that and everything's going to go south for me. All right, so I pulled out, in the kit was this little strip of lace edging or trim. There is this September card, and I'm thinking, so right now, here's my thought process. Before I put anything down, let me get a clip here. Okay, so this will just help keep the book open as I work with it. Okay, just a little bit. There we go. So I was thinking of not taping it in, but just using some washi tape to maybe put that there, because this is a journaling prompts card. I don't typically journal, but if for some reason in a month there is a day or something I don't have a photo for, or basically I'm ending up with blank pages, I will sometimes use it to do a journal of some sort. So I like having this card. It's not in every kit, but you know, I may or may not use it. That's why I don't want to tape it in. I'm just going to maybe use some washi tape to put it down. So this, I was thinking of putting on the edge. And of course, I have my puffy letters, which I'll be able to do the month. I do have some chipboard. And I have, let's see, let me pull out all my little elements. I do have these puffy stickers and then some other die cuts I pulled out. I did like this. And let's see, I pulled out some greens. Oh, and then a little piece of paper from this paper pad. I don't know, it kind of looked cute. Let me set that off aside. And basically, I was just trying to work on how I thought I might put it on there. And let's see. Oh, and then my shimmer dots, which I may or may not use. I don't know yet. I just have been debating about this bottom corner. I do want to put something there. And I want it all to kind of have a green vibe. So sometimes what I'll do when I'm undecided is I just jump in and it kind of flows from there. So I think what I'm going to do is I may set this part off to music, and you know, you can kind of see how it comes together. As a rule, once I'm finished with this card, I will move this card to the back of this book. So the fact that I'm going to put September here, and September is here, I'm not worried about that. Or I could put, let's see, September's 9. That wouldn't fill up a whole lot of space though. Let me see my elements here. So before I move forward, let me just double check my die cuts. And make sure, because I'm trying to keep a, yeah, I think I checked all these yesterday. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna jump in. And we're gonna do this. So when it comes to attaching the lace, I would need to do that first only because I would need it to dry. You have one of two ways to do it. You can tape it down like double-sided sticky tape, or you can glue it. There's no rhyme or reason or better way. So let me get a scrap piece of paper. And oh, by the way, my friendly little spider, I have not seen him yet. So I'm still like on alert that he might show up. Okay, so I am just going to put something here to protect my page because, so the thing is with glue, sometimes I don't like it because it doesn't stick, it doesn't dry quickly, and it tends to get on the lace and then make it, the lace hard. I'm debating if I can get away with doing some tape. I think I can get away with tape. Okay, so I'm going to pull out my 1/8 tape. And I think I'm going to go that route. And let's see how well that turns out. Let me move this over here so I can get more in frame for you. Okay. Let's move this. We're going to give it a try. Hopefully this works. Because once you put down tape, you can't change your mind. All right. So if I put it here, I think it would be fine. Okay, that's the plan. And it's very sticky. Okay, so here's what I'll do. At this point, I think what I'll do is set it to fast pace, and we'll fast forward for you, and we'll get this finished. All right, so as you can see, I had a bit of a start and stop, and my S is still crooked. The letters gave me a bit of a challenge because they were so long that I needed to rearrange them twice, and I'm still rearranging them to get them straight. So the nice thing about the letters is you do have a bit of time of forgiveness to, you know, pull them up and kind of reorient them however you need to. But overall, I'm just going to straighten this one letter out, hopefully. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it. I'm going to stop fussing. So I did use the tape. I cannot feel anything sticky through it, so I think it worked for me. I did pull out my glue, Elmer's glue. Typically, I don't have a good result with this, so I'm hoping it works, but you did see me kind of put it down here. And I added in some other elements. I got my journaling card in here should I need it. When I'm finished, I'll just kind of tuck it behind. But overall, I love how it came out. So this is now ready. Let me get some of this off of my traveler's notebook. A lot of things were falling in the background that you couldn't see or hear because I had you on fast forward. So now let's go to my center. This one will go here. And it is now ready. So, in my traveler's notebook, you can see now this adorable little lace, and I still have some left over to put in a spread. And now I've got this when I open up my book. So I really, truly love how it came out. And I hope you enjoyed this process as well. This is just how I take care of my Cocoa Daisy kits, and I hope if you do them, that has inspired you to do something in a new way, or that you see would be beneficial to you. So this is my memory keeping process with the Cocoa Daisy kits for both current and back planning. And I just want to thank you all for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful day as you create a beautiful life. Thank you for watching.